After years of publishing weekly issues, the Boston Phoenix has closed down. The shock led to an emotional response from dedicated readers and citizens all around Boston. Now, longtime Phoenix reporters reflect on what it was like working for a newspaper 47 years in the making. Brookline Avenue used to be the home to the Boston Phoenix, a daily alternative newspaper covering everything from crime to music. Now, the once popular publication has shut its doors, leaving behind scattered papers, dusty awards, and empty chairs. Former executive editor of the Phoenix, Peter Katzis, says the magazine's constant financial problems led to its closing.
We needed more money. And while local advertising was strong and readership was very strong, it was a gradual decline in national advertising that was hurting the most.
The last attempt to save the Phoenix came 6 months ago, when the publication changed from its old newspaper form to a new, glossier magazine format.
It was a good shot, but it wasn't good enough.
Now, with everyone gone and packed up, Katzis reflects about what he'll miss about the Phoenix.
Frankly, I'll be lucky if I can find a place to work where there'll be just as many bright and motivated young people.
One of those writers was Rick Kahn, who says he's always wanted to work at the Phoenix.
Well, it was my dream job. I know a lot of people dream of working for the Boston Globe, and I did work there for 16 and a half years, but my goal was always to work for the Phoenix.
And he did, for 6 years. Now he says working there was a great experience.
People looking back now say it's a special place. It's going to be hard to describe, but it's sad. It's just sad.
Another former Phoenix writer and now a Northeastern University professor, Dan Kennedy, says he didn't think they expected to close so quickly.
I think that they believed they had a little more time, but clearly the publisher, Stephen Mendich, came to the conclusion that it wasn't going to change. And he was probably right.
He says now Boston is losing something unique to the city.
There is no other publication like the Phoenix in Boston. I mean, there is an alt weekly, the Weekly Dig, that continues to survive, but it's much smaller than the Phoenix was even at the end.
From its coverage of music to the latest local news, the Boston Phoenix was a publication that stood out from the rest. The day it closed, the city of Boston lost something no other newspaper or magazine can replace. For JR 103, I'm Brittany Gervais.